Good morning. It has been quite a while since I have done a tarot casting video, and I thought with the launch of the new Out of Hand Pocket Edition, and I have a special new casting sticker in the shop, that I would give it a test run today and see how it goes. So this is my Adventures in Tarot Casting book that is my own personal one where I've put in stickers and I've colored the adjacent pages with what they mean. Not all of them, but I've done quite a few. And we have these stickers in our shop so that you can make your own. The links to the sketchbook that I use are in the description. And let's just get to it, shall we? You hear my dog walking around in the background, and I apologize in advance for that, but there's nothing I can do. So I figured I wanted to do something with the Strength card. Strength is my personal card for this year, and also is the collective 2024 is a Strength year. And this is the Strength card from Out of Hand Tarot. Whenever I see it, I hear the Bill Withers song, Grandma's Hands. This is actually my mother-in-law. She does hand quilting. So I had her take some photos for me so that I could create this Strength quilt to emulate that strength takes time and patience and dedication, and it's what we are capable of enduring, right? So a little bit about the placements on this particular sticker. We have pocket ones, so there's 3 small ones in here, so if you want to do a 3-card spread. Then I have the tiny tile placements. I also have regular tile placements. I do have a spot for a large card here, so if you don't have a pocket deck, you can still use it. You could disregard all the placements and just use it as a pretty backdrop. Get a little closer to the camera so you can see all the placements on there. And then I have like space for the Oracle portal tiles, the round ones, or you could throw crystals or runes or dice, charms, anything. Tarot casting for me has always been setting a stage so that you get a little bit more playful with your practice. So let's give her a test run, shall we? Let me get my cards out of here and give it a shuffle. What do we need to know about today, maybe this week? What do we need guidance from Strength for? Like I said, it's been a while since I've done a video, so bear with me. There might be a lot of babbling. There might be, who knows? I'm not going to project or predict. So I'm just going to start with one card and build on it. What do we need to know about our endurance? What do we need to know about strength? What do we need to know about cultivating the energy of this card? What does this card want to tell us? What is enveloping ourselves in this strength quilt feel like? Okay, so let's see. The focus of the reading is the 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups we're going to put in the center. So there's something that we are moving away from. We're cleaning up from whatever parties, whatever big events that have happened, and we're in the stages of, you know, preparing so that we can walk away from it, preparing our space, tidying it up, leaving it better than it was when we began so that we can go to our next journey, right? And so then I have, it's weird, I don't usually do reversals, but we're gonna roll with it, right? So then we have the 5 of Pentacles that led up to this, and showing to me that maybe there has been this collective sense of lack of need, want, and feeling like we don't have enough to make ends meet, or feeling like just things have been really hard lately. And since it's in a reverse position, it's telling me that that is slowly melting away. And reason that is melting away is why we're in this position of being able to move forward, because we're past it now. You know, we're past the past due stage. We figured out the solutions. And so in order to harness those emotions to be able to go to the next step, we have to tidy up our space. We have to realize, okay, that was then and this is now. And going forward, we have the King of Pentacles showing us that we are walking into a space of abundance. We are perhaps getting help from those in our orbit that really are there to help us. The strength, bringing it back to the casting board, is knowing that we're in a position to be able to endure the hardships and know when the right time to take action so that we can move to better places, people, things, right? So like the King of Pentacles can be that person that's helping us out. Maybe it's a lender, maybe you've tried your hand at some stocks, or maybe there's some new investments that you're putting your self into, you know, putting some focus, energy, money into, that we are going into this like more abundant space. You know, we've endured so much, we've gotten past it, and now we're here. So this is the time in the reading where I like to bring in some tarot tiles. So I'm going to be using the out of hand ones. Normally I have a bag, but I'm being lazy, so I'm just going to pick from the thing. And these are so shuffled because I did not put them in any order. So let's see. I'm going to do above and below. And these are also the out of hand ones. So I'm just going to pick 1, 2, 3. So above we have 7 of Wands, the Fool in a reverse position. Look at this, getting me out of my comfort zone, doing reversals. And then the 3 of Cups. And when I do these, I read them together basically as the energy of like one card showering onto this. So we've already talked about, you know, the whole subject of being able to walk away, being able to clean up, moving on to that next thing with that 8 of Cups energy, because of having, you know, the righting ourselves, being able to move forward, getting out of the lack mentality, getting out of that physical embodiment that we've been lacking. And then now we're going to this stronger, richer future. The above energy, what we know is because we've been able to put up our boundaries, and instead of being the fool, we're taking conscious steps, right? Instead of just blindly going after something, instead of taking that willy-nilly like, oh, whatever, we're being a little bit more cautious. And that's because we have our boundaries. And also the 3 of Cups shows me that perhaps there's some friends around us in our orbit. There's people who we surround ourselves with that really want the best for us. And they've helped us keep those boundaries in check and understand that not everybody has our best interest in mind. And I'm thinking of that with that foolish energy in reverse, is being a little bit more cautious, right? And so the undercurrent, maybe this is what we don't know, is this part can be, like, for me, it can be an undercurrent, but it can also be some advice to move forward. So actually, yeah, I'll pull them now because I'm in that groove. So we've got 1, 2, 3. And so 1, we have the Chariot, 4 of Swords in reverse, and the Knight of Wands. Okay, so the undercurrent of this, so the above was the boundaries, the being a little bit more cautious, and also celebrating with our friends and surrounding ourselves with people who really fill up our cups, right? And so the undercurrent is saying that that drive that we have, the Chariot energy of like going out there and getting it, has gotten us out of that like meditative state. Like maybe we spent too much time just keeping to ourselves, questioning, doing that. And now we really have to put ourselves out there. And the Knight of Wands is like, we have to rush into the fires to save ourselves, right? And in order to do that, that's going to bring us into that more abundant headspace. And not headspace, but you get what I'm saying. So what has brought us to this point, this is where I like to bring in a little bit of Lenormand. And I'm using my Sawyer's Lenormand tiles in my Moonlit Fae bag. Jenna makes the best bags, and she's having a sale, so you should go check her out. Her link is also in the description. And so we've got the Gentleman and the Clover. So we're going to put those here and here. And I'm going to put the other ones and just read it. And then Fish and Bouquet. And I don't do reversals in Lenormand because we really don't need them. And see how those fill up those little tiny tile spaces. Okay, so what has brought us to this was maybe there was like this lucky gentleman, and it was like this this energy. And when I see gentlemen in a collective reading, I think of that like masculine energy or the dominant energy, or just sometimes aggressive energy. And it's like somebody who's like aggressively trying your luck, right? Like somebody who's really just maybe pushing your buttons. Maybe they sold you something. Maybe you got conned. We all fall victim to it, right? And so we get to this spot and it's like, okay, maybe that's what put us in that position of having to really watch our pennies, really feeling down and out in the cold and just kind of hopeless. But now that's been shifted. We are in that reversal energy. And so we're saying maybe because of this, it was a blessing in disguise. So we had to kind of pull back and cut away some things that we didn't need anymore in order to clean up our mess, our proverbial mess, and then move forward into a space where we have our head on straight. We know what financial decisions to make for our best future, for our highest and best, to be able to go forward in this path of abundance. We're taking better advice, and that is leading us to abundant gifts, right? Because we have the fish and the bouquet, and the fish and the bouquet really tell me that, you know, times were hard, but they are getting better. We are surrounded by the things that we love, those little gifts, the blessings. And a lot of times that does, when we focus on what brings us joy, it brings us abundance in all areas. It could be love, money, good people, you know, just the many gifts in our life. And that's what we're being able to see now that we've kind of cleaned up, I'm going to say it again, the proverbial mess. Again, the overhead was being able to set boundaries, make better decisions, and surround ourselves with those people who really want to see us succeed. And underneath, we're driven. We're keeping maybe our little sacred spaces to ourselves, because sometimes that reverse energy of the Four of Swords is like we're contemplating, but we're getting moving, right? We're no longer like sitting in that space. We've been contemplated, we've been activated. And now the Knight of Wands, we are going headfirst into the fire because we are the heroes we've been waiting for, right? And so I'm gonna hit us with some animals, and basically these are the Sawyer's nature portals. And these are just gonna give us like a little bit of guideposts and pillars to take with the week until, you know, until you need another reading. And also help me wrap this up. So we've got the snake in the grass. And for me, the snake says to watch out for those little pests, to consume the little things that maybe others might, you know, like snake to me is just kind of shedding also, like the pests and shedding of the skin. You are not who you were yesterday. You were not who you were last week. Go forward in your new skin. And if any pests pop up, you can just eat them. And we have the praying mantis. And so the praying mantis is also telling us sometimes we have to wait for the right moment to strike. It doesn't mean that every opportunity is meant for you. The one that is meant for you, you will know it, and then you can just reach out and grab it and cut its head off if you need it. And then we have the bear. And for me, that bear is that big energy. You're bigger, you're more vast than you believe, and sometimes your reputation may precede you. We know that you probably are a gentle giant. However, when provoked, you're going to protect what's yours, right? And cat. And so cat tells me to be curious and to stay in the wow of things, and to really just know that no matter what life is throwing at you lately, just stay curious, maybe ask some questions, and also trust that little bit of intuition that you have. That was a fun maiden voyage of this strength card. All of this is pointing to what we are so capable of enduring, and our strengths, and what we are capable of putting in the time to overcome those beasts, right? So let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this tarot casting, sometimes it resonates, sometimes it doesn't. That's totally okay. Like I said, everything here is in my shops. I'll put down the links. Also, you know, if you would like to see me do more of these, let me know. I'm getting back into my practice, and this really felt good. So I wish you a great week. And again, thank you to everybody who's already backed the pocket edition. I can't wait for them to be in your hands. So I'll see you next time. Bye.